Okay, here's our next assignment. We have a picture here of some macro photography scenario that we had set up. We took this photo. Now we're going to make it seem a little bit more festive for the holiday. All right, I'm going to add 4 new layers. I'm going to rename them all. Yes, they are going to all be named colors because they are going to be lights, Christmas or holiday lights to decorate the house. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to red. I'm on the red layer. I'm going to grab the brush tool. I am selecting this red right here. It is pre-set up with the on the software. Okay, you want this red, and I'll explain that later. Okay, I am changing my brush to this soft round brush, hardness of 0% and size of 52. Okay, now I am going to start just clicking every so often so that it kind of looks equally distant. Now, I'm not going to be perfectionist about how far apart they are, right? Because that would drive me insane. I'm also not going to drive myself crazy trying to get it in a straight line because sometimes when we put lights up, we just want them up and we don't worry about how straight of a line they are. Now, I want this house to look crazy with lights like the Griswold house from Christmas Vacation. All right, I want there to be so many lights on this house. Now, I do know that on Christmas Vacation, they were all like white lights, but we are doing color because in my eyes, those are the proper Christmas lights. I am not a big fan of the white lights. I just don't think that they are festive enough. In my eyes, holiday lights have to be colored. Color lights. All right, and I am doing a lot of clicking here, right? I have a lot of lights going around here. It will make a little bit more sense once we are done. All right, I'm going around the banister, going around the railing, across the railing, like this. And this is a lot of lights, a lot of red lights, right? But that's what we're starting off with. And then we will switch colors. All right, so this is it for now. You could also do on the roof here, lines up and down. But for the sake of time for this video, I'm not going to do that. Now I'm going to go on my green layer and do the same exact thing. I'm going to choose this green right here, this pre-chosen green, and I will explain again later why we are doing those colors right there. It's just going to make our life easier. And now I'm going to click in between the red, not necessarily in the middle. I'm just kind of, somewhere in between. All right, and I'm just clicking. And I am just in between the red. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get it in the same spot every time. But I know that it's not going to be perfect. I'm also in the banister here. It's kind of like wrapped around. So that's why I'm going on like a diagonal and not just in a straight line. All right. So I know I missed a banister there, but that's also because I'm trying to do this, not make this video be 20 minutes long. So that's why I'm doing that, right? We're getting up this banister now across this railing, right? And almost done with green. It does, oh no, I'm not almost done with green. It does feel very tedious. Like it's a lot of work, and that's because it is, but once we are done, it will look really cool and good, right? And so I am just trying to finish. Now I'm almost done. The last few clicks of green. All right, green is done. Now I'm going on to blue layer, and you have to make sure you are making different layers for each different color, and that will become obvious as to why we need that later on. Okay, now blue, I'm clicking in between all of this. color lights just look so festive, and it reminds me of like a Christmas as a child. You know, here's a little life lesson. You look at Christmas differently when you're a kid than when you're an adult. And it's sad to say, but it's true, right? And so here, I think color lights bring out that kid quality in Christmas. And try to squeeze in a blue one here somewhere. There's not much space. All right, and now this one, this banister, I am trying to get done. I always get to this side of the banister and then I'm like, oh, I'm almost done with this color, and I forget I have the roof up top to do as well. All right, trying to squeeze it in. Here we go, almost there. All right, now up top. Right, and again, you can also do, I think it would be really cool, but I'm not doing it because of the sake of time. You can also do lines up and down the different roofs sections. So that would look good as well. Right, and there we go. Now blue is done, and if you notice my layers, I've got one more color. It is yellow. Now there are not a lot of spaces left, so I'm gonna just try to fill in some spots with the yellow. We don't need a whole lot, but you also don't want to make yellow feel like it's an afterthought. You want to make sure you have enough yellow in here that you can see the yellow, that it feels like yellow is a part of this whole light strand, and it's not like, oh, you just threw it in there to fill in the gaps, right? So you want to make sure that you have enough of it in there, but at the same time, it's also here to fill in the gaps, right? And almost done. Oh, I forgot, again, I forgot about the upper roof section. All right. And let's see, we'll throw it in there, throw it in here, there, here, here, and on the end here. Okay, there we go. So I have all my lights for this video. I have missed some spots. As I've mentioned before, this banister should have a spiral of lights. The roof should have lights on both sections as well. All right, if you wanted to get every little railing here, you could. However, you do not have to. I would say get all the banisters, the top railing, across the roof, on both sections, and across everything like that. All right, so now I have this, all of these done. I'm going to come to each layer. I'm going to click down here on EFF. Kind of stands for effects. They call it layer style, but it's really effects. And I'm going to choose outer glow. Now, this is where it was important that we chose those right colors, right? Because here I'm going to choose a color, and it's going to be the same exact color that we chose before. And the only way to really get it the same exact color without doing a lot of work is to just choose these, right? And so that's why we chose those. This is the red layer, so I click on that. Now you can see my reds look a little different. The spread, I have a 17%, and the size is at 52 pixels. Those are the two things you're going to play around with to try to change the look of your lights. And then I click OK. Now, the good thing about it, okay, I'm going to go to the green layer. It's going to remember everything I just did so that your layer or your effect style are going to match. However, I don't want my green lights to have a red glow. They're going to have a green glow, right? And the computer's working a little slow because now, think about it, it's applying this effect to every single one of these lights. So I am going to do this for all of them, and it's going to hopefully not freeze on me. Right? Although it is starting to work slowly. I am very, very concerned, but you know, it's almost done. So we might, oh, and now the ad is in my way. All right, now outer glow here, and it's almost done. almost done. Here we go. All right, there we go. I have an effect on all of the layers and the lights, and so that's what we're gonna do, except you should have this whole house looking like legit, like lit up. All right, once you're done with that, you come over here to File, export it as a PNG or a JPG, it does not matter. All right, export it as one of those. I'm gonna just go with PNG just because, and then it's gonna take its time to export it and think, and of course it's gonna zoom in, doesn't matter, that's okay. We hit save, and now it's saved right there. All right, and that is how we do this project.